خوتي جملة خواتي مخيلي.
كم عدد كم العدد؟
A city underwater. The floods hit Libya's eastern city of Derna after a massive storm. Entire neighborhoods have been destroyed. Thousands have died.
مريانة على جنب الوادي بالضبط، على الطريق الرئيسي بتاع الوادي قبل مسجد الصحابة. فقط منزل العائلة كاملة، لأن احنا بجيران بعضنا، عرفت، عدة منازل جنب بعضنا، عائلة سليم. فقدنا الآن تو 30 شخص. 30 شخص من عائلة واحدة. ما لقيناش ولا واحد إلى الآن.
With thousands missing, the death toll could reach 20,000, and that's according to the city's mayor. The UN Migration Agency says at least 36,000 people have been displaced. The devastation is harrowing, especially for a country already hit by war. Rescue efforts are being hampered by the flood waters, with roads and bridges damaged.
There's not been a storm like this in the region, or certainly in living memory.
But how did it happen? How are rescue efforts? And what next for Libya? On Sunday, Storm Daniel with torrential rains caused flash flooding. The storm hit Al-Baida, Benghazi, Susa, and Al-Marj, among other places. But Derna, the harbor city, was the hardest damaged. It is estimated that more than 16 inches of rain poured in 6 hours. This overpowered 2 dams upstream, causing them to breach and release massive amounts of water.
If they would have been a normally operating meteorological service, they could have issued the warnings, and also the emergency management authorities would have been able to carry out evacuation of the people, and we could have avoided most of the human casualties.
Torrential rain to an area affecting at least 1.5 to 1.8 million people, and we are doing. And, it's also damaged hospitals. It's wiped out some hospitals, left some partially functioning. So the work now is really to get in supplies.
Libyan authorities are struggling to reach survivors, many of whom have been sharing harrowing stories.
ورحنا جمال عبد الوهاب بنساوي الأربعة يتعب.
المية هذه جات ديما حوالي الساعة 3 ونص. نحن سمعنا صوت، سمعنا بحاجة هيك تحس بها، يعني قالت بو كذا حاجة هيك تحس بها. أي واحد صاحب يدرنا أكيد سمعها الصوت هذا، يعني أي واحد صاحب أكيد الصوت هذا سمع. يعني مية خيالية بذكر، الناس كلها سمعت. يعني سينا مسينا البلاد لقيناها ممسوحة، فيش حاجة اسمها بلاد جو.
Libya has called for international aid. Several countries have responded. Turkey is at the forefront. It has sent 3 aircrafts with a rescue team and humanitarian aid. The rescue team comprises 168 personnel, as well as vehicles and rescue boats. The UN also said it was working with partners to get humanitarian assistance to those in the affected areas. Aid agencies say the situation remains dire.
Priority is to look at the needs of people who are displaced. It's already mentioned that there are lots of people who are already living in precarious circumstances. And we have to look at what kind of field hospitals can be set up, what kind of mobile clinics. So there's a great deal of work.
The devastating floods have further complicated Libya's already dire situation. It has been ravaged by years of deadly war since 2011. The country has rival governments, an internationally recognized administration in the west of the country, based in the capital, Tripoli. A parallel administration operates in the disaster-stricken east of the country.
The health service in Libya is compromised or collapsed due to the 12 years of internal tension so far. So even before the hurricane, the health facilities and health services were already compromised.
Emergency teams continue to search and recover bodies as humanitarian needs mount. It's a task that could take days and possibly weeks. With the twin tragedy of war and floods, the impact will be long-lasting and reconstruction could be much harder.